The African Transformation Movement has accused the acting public protector, Advocate Gcaleka, of having a secret meeting with President Cyril Ramaphosa to grant him an extension to the deadline for which he had to return answers to questions into his Phala Phala farm robbery, which form part of an investigation by the Office of the Public Protector on whether the president violated the ethics code, rather. Let's listen to a short clip of that interview with ATM President Vuyo Zungula speaking to my colleague Ntokozo a little bit earlier on this morning.
I think we need to remind the public that the allegations that have been leveled against the sitting president, they are very serious allegations that require any investigation that are done by any institution, be it the public protector, be it SARS, be it the Hawks. It must give confidence that they are independent and they are doing the work in the best interest of the people. Therefore, to only learn about the extension of Mr. Ramaphosa having to comply with the questions on the media, that shows that, firstly, the acting public protector does not take us, the complainant, and the nation seriously, because this is a very, very concerning issue to the public.
Let's speak now to the spokesperson of the Office of the Public Protector, Oupa Segwale. Oupa, thank you very much for availing yourself this morning. Was there anything untoward with the granting of this extension?
Good morning, Dudu, and to the viewers at home. Thank you so much for the opportunity. There's absolutely no truth to the claims that there is some secret deal between the acting public protector and the president. This is what happened. On the 3rd of June, we received the first of the 4 complaints that gave rise to this investigation, and it came from the ATM. And then 4 days later, on the 7th, we wrote to the president, firstly to bring to his attention that we had received this complaint and that it contains allegations against him, and secondly, to invite him to respond to a number of questions that would enable us to carry out this investigation. And the deadline by which he was supposed to furnish us with that information was the 22nd of June. But 5 days before the deadline, that is on the 17th of June, we received a letter from the attorneys acting on behalf of the president requesting an extension to the 18th of July. And by way of motivation, they indicated that between the 7th of June, which is the date on which the letter from us requesting information from the president was received by them, and the 17th, which is the date on which they wrote to us, the president hadn't had sufficient time to deal with those questions owing to his busy schedule coming out of the presidential itinerary. He started, among other things, a lot of time he had to put in preparation for the budget vote speech of the presidency and the activities that followed up, including the debate on that particular budget vote speech. And so, having considered that motivation, the acting public protector thought it was best to accede to the president's request. And I must mention that these kind of requests are quite common in our line of work. There have been other investigations before where we received such requests and they were granted. Just to cite a few examples, the CR17 or Bosasa complaint, we had a similar request from the president. Even if you go back into time to the Nkandla days, we had multiple parties in that particular investigation requesting time, extra time to consider our questions so that they can be able to respond comprehensively. So there's absolutely nothing to hide here. In any event, that information came into light as a result of an affidavit deposed to by the president as part of litigation. Now, you would know that once you depose to an affidavit in court, it suddenly becomes a public document. So it's unclear how a public document can be or information contained in a public document can be said to have been secret.
Another issue of contention is that the ATM only learned about the extension through the media like everybody else. So maybe just remind us in terms of the processes and how this actually works. When somebody has come to lay a complaint, do they not get that privilege of knowing before everybody knows?
The first point to be made is that the information that went to the media did not come from the public protector. As I said, it came out of an affidavit that the president deposed to in litigation that has nothing to do with the institution. Secondly, we have got what we call service standards, in terms of which investigators have a duty to update complaints every 6 weeks about progress in a matter. Now, the 6 weeks period hadn't even lapsed in this instance, but we have previously written to the ATM, and in that letter, we provided them with the contact details of the lead investigator in this particular matter and invited them to liaise with that investigator for any information needs that they may have in respect of the case at hand. So even on Friday, we reminded them of that, to say, you have a direct line to us. If there is anything whatsoever that you need to find out about this particular investigation, you can use that channel, and we have an open door policy in that regard.
Oupa Segwale speaks for the Office of the Public Protector, refuting claims made by the ATM that there was a secret meeting between the Deputy Public Protector as well as the President to grant him that extension. Thank you for your time this morning.